Hi, this is 3 Minute Poetry Analysis. Today I'm looking at Shakespeare's Sonnet 29. In line number 1, the speaker thinks that everyone is out to get him. He thinks that men are critical of him, and he thinks that fate has dealt him a bad hand. So what does he do about it? Line number 2, he isolates himself from others. In line number 3, he appeals to heaven, but heaven's not listening. In line number 4, he reflects upon this and he starts to curse his fate. In cue number 2, he looks around him and he's full of jealousy of other people. And in line number 8, he says that he does not enjoy any of the things that he used to enjoy in life because he's depressed. So what is our speaker like in lines 1 to 8? He's someone who's highly cynical, he's distrustful of others, he is a highly sensitive personality type, he is someone who's full of jealousy and prone to depression. But most importantly, he's someone who seeks his sense of self-worth and self-satisfaction outside of himself. And that type of person is always going to be dissatisfied with others and will never truly be happy unless he starts to reflect upon himself in a sense that he recognizes this and looks for self-worth from within. However, in line number 9, there's a tonal shift, and it begins to be life-affirming. And he says that, "Yet when I think on you, then my state, like to the lark, at break a day arising from sullen earth, sings hymns at heaven's gate. For thy sweet love remembered such wealth brings, that then I scorn to change my state with kings." Seems pretty artificial to me. What's the point here of this hyperbole, of this richly developed analogy? The point is he's trying to convince the addressee of the addressee's importance and how he's so dependent in some ways on the addressee for his sustenance. And he's saying that I've reached a point of such almost self-despair and self-hatred that if only thinking on you can help me, can ameliorate my pain. Now, it's putting enormous pressure on the addressee. He's almost trying to control the addressee through this. He's flattering the addressee. And he is presenting himself in a highly dependent posture. He depends on the addressee's affection for his own well-being. And this is dangerous because there we have a power differential, and the addressee must know the weaknesses and the lack of self-esteem of the speaker. So he resorts to flattery. He resorts to this, this highly developed analogy that seems really artificial to me, in order to either keep the affection of the addressee, hold on to it, or regain it. But here we definitely have someone who, once again, is looking outside of himself for his sense of self-worth, for his sense of comfort. So, what's the subtext here? I think the subtext is this, is that Shakespeare is presenting this speaker as someone who, unless he looks within and unless he recognizes his psychological and emotional dependence on the world for his sense of satisfaction and self-worth, will never truly be happy or satisfied with anything in this world.